Hello everyone! You see the door. You know what challenge it is. It's the Scrappy 8 challenge, monthly challenge. And this month of August, our prompt comes from Dawn. And Dawn also has a YouTube video or YouTube channel for Grace Creations. So I'll link her below if you guys are interested. But most of you guys probably already follow her if you're here. So her prompt is salt. And I know I've seen some videos where people are experimenting with salt, like with watercolor paper and watercolors and stuff like that. But I'm going to keep mine easy and simple. And I came to this conclusion while I was testing out a rusty texture kit today. I'm going to use salt as texture. I know that's pretty generic, but I do have to keep it fairly simple because my, as you see, my journal is getting kind of thick and it has to fit back in here. So I'm just going to do on this page a simple concept. I'm going to use salt as my texture, and maybe, I don't know if I come across another way to use it, I'll use it another way also. But for now, that's the way I'm going. With this, I'm going to try to keep it thin, not too many layers, and that's it. So hold on and we'll get started. So first order of business was to cut out the largest circle that I could to fit my journal. And my theory on this, or the direction I was going to go, was yin yang. And originally I was going to do salt and pepper. So one side would be salt, the other side would be pepper. But then after I had made the decision to use it for texture, I changed it. So now I'm just doing a rusty side and a shiny metal side. Here I'm just drawing the pattern, making sure it's symmetrical. And then now I'm gonna paint my rusty side using acrylic, dark acrylic brown with salt. And here I'm adding more salt, making it gritty. And then just painting the one side of the yin yang. Now I don't dry it completely dry, just kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to add some terracotta, and in some parts blend it with the dark brown and then go over it and make it brighter in some other areas too. And this is my basic rust effect that I usually use when painting rust. Now here I'm just wiping away any loose bits of salt, but it all stuck pretty good. And as you see, it does kind of highlight the raised areas, the embossed part. And here I was trying out an ink pad, but that didn't work, so I'm just going to blend it in, and grab this silver, I don't know, it's like a wax. I'll add a picture, hold on. And what this did was actually highlight the raised areas and the salt. And I really liked it, as you can now, I'll take a close-up shot later, but you can see the salt grains in there better. All right, so now I got some gears, and I'm gonna paint some of them rusty. Same process as I did on the yin yang. And my head was in the way, so that's why it went from dark brown to rust colored all of a sudden, because I had to edit out my head. Ugh, why do I constantly do that? Alright, so I'm going to glue those down using the glitter glue. See, there's my head. Okay, now I'm going to glue gears onto the background. I'm just kind of rusting up half of my other gears because I'm going to glue them in the back on the page. Keep some silver and then make some the rusty color. So that's what I'm doing here. And let's add a little bit more salt for flavor. Now just rubbing any loose bits of salt off. But they stayed on. It stayed on pretty good. So the gears also have a bit of texture to them. And then now I decide I'm going to add just a touch of yellow to the top. So I just kind of do a light rub or dab on some of these. Well, on the rusty ones, not on the silver ones. The silver ones just stay silver. And those are cut out. I use a silver metallic paper for the yin yang and for the gears. So I decided I needed to paint my background, but realized, oh shoot, I painted on the wrong page, but you know what? Had to go for it. I did not want to cover up those numbers, but oh well, it is what it is, right? So I just used black gesso, and then I'm going to go over it with a silver metallic paint. And then while this silver paint is still a bit wet, I just sprinkle some emboss powder on there, silver also, and then heat that up, and it makes it a brighter silver, as you see. And I'm not sure of the brand. Michelle gifted me this powder, so I'll have to ask her what brand it is, because I really like it, so I'm gonna have to get some more. Okay, now I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to put the gears in the background, try to balance it all out, and then I will glue those down. And when I was gluing those down, I don't record myself gluing it because it just would take too long. And I like to try to keep these videos around 15 or so minutes. But yeah, you have to really, on that part with where I use the emboss powders, you have to really hold it down because it's kind of glossy and you want the glue to catch. So it took a minute because each gear I had to kind of hold for a few seconds or so. Felt like forever, and then continue on. Okay, so now I need to glue down my yin yang, and I have to, of course, cut it in half because of the binding that I have here, so I can fold it. So I'm just marking the halfway marks on there, and then I'll just cut straight down. Now originally I was going to do more salt around the edges. Here I'm just using a marker for the sake of thickness, but originally I was going to do like a bead of glue, well, not a bead, but like it was welded. So I was going to do like a thicker glue all the way around, and then I was going to add salt to that. And outline my yin yang with that, and then color it like a weld. But because my journal is getting pretty thick, I decided I needed to use the marker instead. Boring, but it works. So I'm just outlining my yin yang with a black paint marker, and it actually makes it pop a little bit better too. And here I am trying to show you the grains of salt. I don't know if you can see because I have that shadow on there. My light turned off again. So, but yeah, it looks pretty cool though in real life. And so this is it. This is my creation for the salt prompt for the Scrappy 8 challenge. Next month we will have one from Julie. That'll be the 8th one. And then we have a bonus 9th prompt for October coming from our newest member, Sonia, who is now a Scrappy 8 also. So keep joining us, and don't forget to use the Scrappy 8 hashtag, Scrappy8 Challenge hashtag, so we can all see it. And I look forward to seeing you guys' results. Until the next time, tschüss.